Have you applied for or looking to apply for a visa and getting anxious about the process? Stay with me for the next 10 minutes and I will rid you of your anxiety. Have you applied for or looking to apply for a visa and getting anxious about the process? Stay with me for the next 10 minutes and I will rid you of your anxiety. I am Tanuva Majumdar, India Country Head of AJV Global, a New Zealand-based migration service. Before this, I was the Immigration Manager of New Zealand Government's Immigration Department based in Delhi for 21 years, responsible for managing and training immigration officers to process a wide spectrum of visa applications. While it is true that the grant of a visa is at the discretion of an immigration officer, the decision usually is not arbitrary. There are certain factors which provide context to an immigration officer's decision on a visa application. I will start by acknowledging that the decision on a visa application is a subjective one, which is based on weighing and balancing of the risks and benefits presented in the application. Every immigration department has a set of risk factors which have been developed by analyzing migrant behavior over time. Applicants who exhibit a combination of these risk factors are considered higher risk and therefore their application is subjected to a higher level of scrutiny and in some cases may actually be unsuccessful. Therefore, it is very important that you present your application in a way that strongly projects the positive aspects in the applicant. How do you do this? Simple. You engage the services of an expert who will ensure that the best case is put forward for you without the need for creating or manufacturing fraudulent information. Another important thing to bear in mind while making a visa application is do not falsify or hide the truth. Being absolutely honest and declaring correct information pertaining to your application is important, especially with respect to relevant information. What is relevant information? Relevant information is anything that has been specifically asked for in the application form and will determine your eligibility for the grant of a visa that you've been applied for. The rule of thumb is declare everything correctly. Being of sound character is an important requirement for grant of a visa for New Zealand. Declaring things correctly is an important factor in demonstrating that you meet the good character requirement. Supporting documents are an important aspect of determination of a visa application. Documents are important because A, they will determine whether you meet the requirements or criteria of the visa for which you have applied, and B, whether the documents submitted by you are genuine. In some cases, visa or immigration officers will verify the documentation. However, if the documents that have been provided are really dubious, the chances are that the application will just be declined. Therefore, it is never a good idea to agree to an agent creating or manufacturing documents in support of an application. At the end of the day, please remember that it is you, the applicant, who has to suffer the most and bear the consequences of provision of false information rather than the unscrupulous agent who has attempted to help you out. Finally, one must present as a genuine applicant, that is, someone who wants to travel to New Zealand for an acceptable purpose and is unlikely to do something that is unlawful. This essentially means that you would be traveling to New Zealand for a specific reason and that while in New Zealand you will always stay on a valid visa and will return to your own country within the declared time frame. If an immigration officer is not satisfied that the applicant is a genuine person, that is, the person will return to their home country at the end of their visit, or that the purpose of travel declared on the application is something that is reasonable, the chances of obtaining a visa are remote. A determination of whether an applicant is genuine or not is done not only by assessing the documentations provided with the application, but also via an interview. This leads into the next topic that I want to talk about: visa interviews. An interview process for most is an extremely stressful process because a lot is riding on the outcome of an interview. However, if there is some context behind the questions that are asked during a visa interview, it may go a long way towards helping you preparing for it. Interviews are fairly commonly conducted in student visa and partnership-based applications. Here are 10 most commonly asked questions during a visa interview and some context behind these questions which can help you prepare for how to respond to these questions well. The purpose of travel or visit is a most common question asked at any visa interview. The reason for this question is to ascertain whether the information that you've provided with the application matches the interview that you're providing at the interview. In addition to that, it will also help an immigration officer to determine whether the visa that you have applied for is fit for purpose. When responding to this question, be absolutely honest and confident. Know what it is that you are going to do in New Zealand and respond as such when asked. This question is usually asked during a visitor visa interview, and it is used to ascertain whether an applicant genuinely intends to be in New Zealand either for visiting family or for a holiday. The underlying rationale is that traveling to New Zealand is not exactly cheap. Therefore, if you are traveling to New Zealand, you would have definitely made some arrangements before actually making the trip. This could include booking accommodation in New Zealand, identifying the cities that you will be visiting while in New Zealand, and what are your plans on traveling within New Zealand. If you're visiting family, a lot of this can be taken care of by the family or friend living in New Zealand. Whatever be your plan while in New Zealand, be very clear about what it is that you're going to be doing there and present that confidently to an immigration officer when asked. It is fruitless to make up information at the interview. Therefore, it's a good idea to actually have an itinerary ready at the time that you make the visa application so you can talk of it at the time of the interview. Unlike other countries, having friends and family in New Zealand and traveling to visit them isn't necessarily a negative factor for a New Zealand visa. It makes your purpose of travel far more reasonable if you have somebody already present in New Zealand who will take care of your accommodation, who will help you identify which all cities in New Zealand you should visit and how you will be making that travel. However, if you haven't been in touch with your family and friend for a significantly long period of time, you should be prepared to answer some questions relating to the relationship that you share with your person. It would be a good idea when visiting somebody in New Zealand and providing their information on the application form as your contact in New Zealand that you have some form of communication with them in the intervening period, even if you have not met with them in person for a significant period of time. Ideally, if you have visited other countries or applied for visa for any other country, you should have declared this information already in your visa application form. The reason an immigration officer could be asking this question is because they may have information that you have applied for a visa for another country but may not have been successful in that visa application. Therefore, if you haven't already made declarations about previous declines on your application form, now would be a very good time to do so. It'll helpful if you have declined letters from those embassies or high commissions, and they also should be provided with the application form. This is actually a very crucial question in a visa interview. It determines whether you have sufficient funds for your travel to New Zealand. It is important not only for a visitor visa application, but also for a student visa application. Having access to sufficient funds while in New Zealand is an important factor in the determination of a visa application, because Immigration New Zealand does not want you to be stranded in New Zealand without having access to sufficient money. An ideal response to this question could be that I am paying for my own trip to New Zealand. I have been working for so many years and have savings. My bank account statement has been provided with the application form, and this is the money that I'm going to be using for funding my stay. Remember, someone can always sponsor your stay in New Zealand, and you can also do that yourself. If someone is sponsoring your application, the idea is to provide that sponsorship form at the time of application, and to let the immigration officer know that whilst somebody is taking care of your stay in New Zealand, you still will have enough money to pay for any sundry expenses that might come up while you are in New Zealand. The rationale behind the course of study selected is a pivotal question in any student visa interview. It requires a lot of preparation and being very clear about your purpose behind selecting that course. This question helps an immigration officer determine with some certainty whether you genuinely intend to study in New Zealand and whether you know what it is in it for you once you complete that course. When you're preparing for an interview, and especially for this question, it is helpful to go through your statement of purpose. It is also recommended that you actually have a discussion with your study advisor so you understand very well what are the benefits of doing that course in New Zealand and what it is that you will gain once you complete that course. How that course relates to your previous qualification, your work experience, and how it matches with the career pathway that you have formulated in your mind, which would have determined the choice of course. This question is again directed towards assessing your commitment to study in New Zealand. New Zealand is very far from India. It is also not extremely cheap to study. However, it is definitely cheaper than some other English-speaking countries, for instance, the US, Canada, and even Australia. This can actually be one of the responses that you can give to this question. Another response could be that New Zealand ranks really high as compared to most other English-speaking countries in the Living Index. All of these are very good reasons to actually choose New Zealand as a study destination, not to mention that New Zealand is one of the safest countries in the world. Just by looking at the way it has managed the pandemic around COVID-19 is enough reason to demonstrate that New Zealand, while small and very removed from the rest of the world, is actually better capable of managing such situations. And also, it's very migrant friendly and embraces people from different races, culture, and religion. This is an important question if your application is based on a relationship with somebody who is based in New Zealand. The rationale behind this question is to understand your relationship with your New Zealand-based spouse or partner. When responding to this question, elaborate on your relationship. Tell the immigration officer how the relationship started, how did it progress, and finally culminate in the relationship that you currently have. They're looking at timelines, they're looking at the chronology of events. Be sure that they will check your answers against the responses that they would have received from your New Zealand-based partner as well. So as much as possible, synchronize your responses. However, in synchronizing the responses, don't be identical in your responses, because that actually demonstrates that the responses have been schooled or tutored or memorized and doesn't really bode well for your application. Be normal, be honest, be genuine, and let the response flow. Understand what needs to be told, what are the important factors in your relationship, how they came about, what were some of the milestones in your relationship. They are very important to remember, and ensure that your partner also knows that you will be talking about these during the interview. Whilst it is important that you have your responses matching, even if they are slightly different, it doesn't really matter, because it will be the entire response that will be taken holistically rather than one factor here or there. Managing finances and household chores is part of being a couple. How do you do that as a couple is something that is important for an immigration officer to know when processing a partnership-based application. In India, a lot of the times finances may not be joined. However, there may be something that you people will be doing jointly as a couple. You may have a joint bank account statement, you may be paying for utilities jointly, you could be paying the rent jointly. Whatever may be your financial arrangement, be sure to talk about them at the interview and to back this up by documentary evidence with your application form. Doing household chores together is again something which is important to demonstrate in a partnership application. How you manage the various household activities is also something that you should be talking about during your interview. If you have been separated for a while, it is understandable that you may not be doing the daily activities together. But there must be something that you guys do together. And it is important to make note of such activities and present them with your application, and also talk about them during the interview. This question will specifically be asked of you if you have made an application under the work visa category. That is, if you are intending to work in New Zealand. Here, you need to tell the immigration officer why it is that you have the skills and the knowledge and the experience to do that work in New Zealand. And why is it that a New Zealand employer would have selected you over someone else who's already present in New Zealand? It could be like blowing your own trumpet, but you know what? That's absolutely fine. You need to show yourself in a good light. You need to present yourself out there as to why you have got the job over someone else, and that you will actually do a very good job of doing it. Obtaining a visa can be a complicated process. It is therefore recommended that you engage the services of an expert in this field. For New Zealand, you need to be licensed to provide immigration advice. And at AJV Global, we have a global team of licensed immigration advisors and ex-New Zealand immigration officers. Our team is based across the world in India, Malaysia, Oman, and New Zealand, who will help you through your process right from the start to settling you in New Zealand. At AJV Global, what sets us apart is when you approach us, you are guaranteed of getting honest, ethical, and frank advice given by friendly advisors who only have your best interest in mind. Thank you for watching us and giving us your time. And if you have any questions or concerns or doubts related to a visa process, please do not hesitate to contact us. Finally, stay home, stay safe, and start to prepare for your journey and take that next step towards obtaining your dream.